Ciao everyone, it's Marchettino, and today I'm absolutely excited to have a go in this because what you're looking at, it's a first generation Lamborghini Murcielago with a 6-speed manual transmission. You can bet this is gonna be an experience to remember because it doesn't happen really often to get behind the wheel of a V12 powered Lamborghini fitted with a 6-speed manual transmission. I've been dreaming since a very long time, and there she is. I have this beast just for me for the whole day. Oh my goodness, I think it's gonna be good fun. Just look at it. The wow factor, the road presence of this car is simply unreal, and this color, black, I think it makes this car truly aggressive and menacing. The size of this car is truly impressive. Just look at the back. This is more than 2 meters wide. Also, one thing that impresses me a lot is the size of the rear tire because it's 335. Just look at it. This car is mega. Both back and front wheels are 18-inch. In the back we find 355mm steel brakes, whereas in the front we find 245 tires and 355mm brake discs. Every time you open and close the doors, it's a cinema. Just look at it. How can you not love it? Everyone will look at you. And now guys, let me show you the masterpiece of the Lamborghini Murcielago. It doesn't happen very often to drive V12 powered cars, and every time I look at an engine bay like this is so exciting. There's so much carbon fiber, and just look at this. V12 6.2 liter, of course, naturally aspirated. And this car, being the first generation of the Murcielago, here we have 580 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. Also, this one being the first series has this dual cannons behind, which honestly, I think they are way more aggressive and give a more menacing look compared to the LP640 exhaust system. And now, prior getting inside, just look at the interior. There's so much space. It's big, but if you have some things to carry, like the wallet, the mobile phone, well, there's not much space. The only place where you can actually store your stuff, it's behind the driver's seat. And now guys, let's jump on board the Murcielago. Wow, this is so exciting. It's unreal to think that I'm about to go for a drive in this. V12 plus 6-speed manual, this is simply priceless. So as you can see, the interior of the Murcielago, it's quite simple and purely analog. There's not that much of out inside this car. And it's a good thing. It's quite simple actually. Here we find the radio. If we open this, we find the buttons for the climate control that looks like from some kind of old Rover models. Here we find the settings to raise and lower the front of the car. Traction control. Here we find the side air vents. Even the key looks from another era. It's so simple yet so powerful because with this key we handle the control of the 6.2 liter V12 engine behind us. Guys, as you can see, these are the side air vents that open up whenever the engine needs some extra air. As you can see, such kind of big V12 truly need a lot of fresh air in order to work properly. And well, let's do it. Let's give some fresh air to this Murcielago by driving it. Oh my goodness! It's crazy to think that recently Stefan Winkelmann announced that by 2024 all the Lamborghini lineup will only have hybrid models. So if we compare the modern Lamborghinis with this, basically today I'm driving a dinosaur, but who doesn't love dinosaurs? It's sensational, wow. Being able to drive a net-aspirated supercar with a 6-speed manual. This is the ultimate combo. What I love about this car is that you can truly feel this is an old school Lamborghini, because this car was introduced in 2001. Audi bought Lamborghini in 1998, but when they bought the company, the project of what would have been the Murcielago was already under development. So there's not that much of Audi influence and mechanical components in this car, which is a good thing. In fact, we can say that the Murcielago is pretty much a facelift of the Lamborghini Diablo. I got to drive also the Aventador. I loved it. You can truly feel that these are two completely different cars. On the Murcielago, the tradition goes on and we can find some old school element. Let's talk first about the engine, because the engine behind me, the 6.2 liter V12, has a very important name. Bizzarrini. The engine is named after engineer Bizzarrini that back in the days developed this V12 for the very first Lamborghini sport model, the 350 GT. Back in the days it was a 3.5 liter V12. With the time they kept to improve it, and here we are with the 6.2 liter. And if you think about it, on the Murcielago, including of course the facelift and the more sportier versions, here we find the final evolution of the V12 Bizzarrini, because with the Aventador, Lamborghini wanted to go for a brand new V12 engine. The sound it makes, oh my goodness. Over the time, 4,099 Murcielagos have been built, but I think that today there are way less, considering the one that has been crashed, they catch on fire, and the 6-speed manual examples, they're not that much on the market. So in the future, I think this one will be very sought after by collectors. If we compare it with the production numbers of the Aventador is nearly 3 times more, because something like 2 years ago, they claimed to have produced the Aventador number 10,000. There's so many Aventadors around compared to the Murcielago. Oof. Yeah, as you can see it, driving it in the real world, it's not that easy, because you realize this car is heavy, it's massive, the visibility is poor, and with the longer gear ratios, I think that this car is designed more for the highway, for the very big straight line. It's not very practical, but whenever you use it, you enjoy it, you truly enjoy it. Wow, the sound it makes, it's shivering. And the 6-speed is simply the icing on the cake. Of course, all the power here is unleashed through the all-wheel drive system, but still, you have to be careful when you drive it, because power delivery is 70% of the power in the back, 30% in the front, so if you dare too much with the throttle, you can actually risk to slide. And sliding such a big and heavy car, I don't think it's very funny. You might be wondering, how is it like to drive it with a 6-speed manual? A few years later, since the introduction, Lamborghini made available also the gear, but you have to buy this car with a manual. This is a must. Clutch pedal is heavy. What about the gear stick? I like it. I mean, just look at it. We have this giant metallic stick, which is kinda pornographic. I like to shift gears to enjoy the third pedal. I was expecting the gear stick to be harder, like my Ferrari 355, but still, I think it's good. The combination of V12 engine and 6-speed manual is always remarkable. Around public roads, given the long rear ratio, basically you drive all the time in first and second gear, above 5,000. Oh, listen. The party starts and it's so loud, it shouts, it's a crescendo of power, my goodness. This car is truly special. The steering is heavy, especially at low speed. It gives a good feedback. It's not the best steering wheel I've experienced from a supercar, but it's okay. It's such a great satisfaction. Oh, I'm in love with this car. Seriously. Whereas the power of the engine is truly brilliant, it's amazing. I wish this car had a better braking power, because you feel like that whenever you smash the foot on the brake pedal, you feel the weight, the size of the car, and yeah, these tail brakes are not enough for a car like this. This is a car that needs to be pushed at high speed, and at high speed I want better brakes. I had to do it. Now we are getting on the motorway, because as I said, this car needs truly long straight lines if you want to enjoy the engine and the full potential this car is able to offer. Finally, here we have some proper straight lines to launch the Murcielago. Oh my goodness! Out at full speed, it's shimmering. I love the fact that the more you build up the speed, the more the car feels so stable and grippy. I told you, this car is designed for this. I need to shout. This car is so loud. Oh. What an experience. I had to do it, taking it on the motorway. You can tell this is an old style Lamborghini because we've pushed a little bit and now I think we have overheated the catalyst. You can see the light flashing on. Another fun fact about this car, the RPM sensor of this car is the same you find on the Fiat Uno. Behind the wheel, you can truly feel that this is an old-fashioned, old-school Lamborghini. And talking about my overall opinion about this car, so it's big, it's heavy, it's a bit goofy, especially on public roads. So it's not really the best supercar to enjoy, especially if you wanna enjoy it at full speed. But after all, you just sit here in the cockpit, you turn the key, rev up the engine, play with the 6-speed manual. My goodness, it's not the best supercar I have driven, but here you can truly feel the Lamborghini DNA. It's so exciting, it's so emotional, so overall, what a machine. We won't see any other Lamborghini like this in the future. So lucky those who have one. Seriously. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Ciao!